Hi, my name's Tanya, and this is a short tutorial on working through 3 different versions of a gentle sun salutation. So sun salutations are a really strong, strength-building flow practice that you find in a lot of power practices, a lot of vinyasa classes, and often in a hatha class. But it's not accessible to everyone. It requires a great deal of upper body strength. It requires a lot of space in your hamstrings, and it can be something that's really not accessible for everyone. So a gentle sun salutation gives you lots of options, and you can use it to build strength, to get yourself to a place where maybe that regular sun salutation becomes more accessible in your practice. But also gentle salutations are great for when you're not feeling well, when we're recovering from injury, or just in the morning where you want to move and working someplace that's super strong is just not where you want to go. So I'm going to work us through 3 versions that will slowly give us places to move into more strength-based shapes so that you can craft a practice that is exactly perfect for you, or it gives you steps to work through as you're working to build that core and upper body strength and hamstring flexibility in your body. So we're going to start with level 1, and we start in child's pose. So you can also bring blocks into your practice at any point. Blocks are great. They lift the floor up to meet where your body is. They offer places to rest into, or just to give you extra support in places where maybe your body doesn't want to go. So coming down into our child's pose, we're going to keep the knees closer together, and the arms can be down along the sides or forward, whatever feels best for you. We'll take a few breaths here in your child's pose. With an inhale, we're going to sweep up to knee mountain. So coming all the way up, hands reach up overhead. The gaze can come up if it feels good for the neck. Exhale, hands come to the low back, and we bow the forehead down. Inhale, all fours, drop the core, lift the heart and tail into cow pose. Exhale, press the floor away, round into cat with the head and neck angle. Then we come forward into a knee plank. So the hands might come forward a little bit so the shoulders can come over the wrists. Reach to the crown of the head so the chin's away from the chest, and keep hips from sagging. So you want them to line up between the knees and the shoulders. With an exhale, we come all the way with control to the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, find a baby cobra. So we keep the elbows bent so that we're building strength in the biceps. Press the hands strong into the floor. Exhale down. We're going to press the floor away and round the spine, coming back into our child's pose. Take a breath. That's our salutation. Let's try that again. Inhale, we sweep all the way up into knee mountain. Exhale, hinge and fold into the bow. So the hands in the low back, forehead comes down. Inhale to tabletop. So we drop the core, lift the heart and tail. Exhale, press the floor away and round the spine into cat. Shift forward into our knee plank. Feel strong, press the floor away, lift the heart. Exhale, we lower with control to the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Find your version of cobra, but the elbows are bent, squeezing shoulder blades back. Exhale down. Press the floor away and round your spine. Hips come back to child's pose. So that's version 1 of our gentle salutation, and we're going to build from there. So the next version, we're going to introduce dragon pose, which is similar but close to the floor to a runner's lunge, which is a very major portion of a regular full sun salutation. So we're going to start in the same place, child's pose. So let your shoulders melt away from the spine. Inhale, we come all the way up into knee mountain, reach the hands up. Exhale, hinge, so the hands come to the low back and the forehead comes down. Inhale to all fours, drop the core, lift the tail. Exhale, round the spine into cat. Inhale, we step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. This is dragon pose. So inhale, we lift the heart, lengthen the spine. Here, blocks are great underneath the hands to lift the floor up to meet you if this is a little bit more accessible, as we let the hips sink forward, starting to build some hamstring flexibility here on the front leg, opening up the back of the thigh and the glute muscle. Take a full breath here. And then we're going to step that foot back to the knee and shift forward into our plank. Exhale, lower to the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Find your cobra. Exhale down. Press the floor away around the spine. Hips come back to child's. We'll do the other side. So inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, we hinge and fold the hands to the low back. Forehead comes down. Inhale to all fours. Drop into cow pose. Exhale, we round into cat pose. This time, left foot steps back to the outside of the left hand. We find this dragon. Again, you can bring blocks under the hands, but see if you can lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades so that you open up the chest space. Let the hips start to move forward. You're going to feel this in the quadricep, in the back leg. You're going to feel in the hamstring of the front. Slow, deep breath. And you can spend as much time here as you like. And then the next breath, we take the knee back. So we're on all fours. Shift forward into our plank. Take a breath right here. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Find your version of cobra. Exhale down. We're going to round and come back to child's. So version 3 is similar to the second stage, but now we have options to start lengthening our legs. So we stay with our knee mountain and with our cat and cow to warm up through the spine. When we step forward into our dragon, you'll have the option to tuck the back toe under and lengthen the leg into a full version of a runner's lunge. And we still come to knees, we come to plank. When you come to plank, you have a version option to tuck the toes under and lengthen the legs so that you're into a full body plank. You might just hold the plank for a breath, bring the knees back down and come to the floor, or you could lower the push-up right down to the mat. We come through cobra and back to our child's pose. When you come back to child's pose, you also have the option to tuck the toes under and find your way slowly into what will be a downward facing dog. Third version of this gentle salutation gives you so much flexibility to alter and change. So maybe for a while you work on a runner's lunge and then you take the runner's lunge out and you go back into dragon, but then maybe you move on to working into your plank and you're lowering down into something that's similar to chaturanga, but something a little bit more kind in the body. And then maybe you take that as a pause for a little while and you work on coming back into a downward facing dog after building all that upper body strength and all of that hamstring opening. Eventually over time, you start to put the 3 or 4 variations together, you get closer to what is a regular traditional sun salutation. So let's try a couple of versions in level 3. I'm going to show each of them to you. And then after this tutorial, there are 3 different practices that you can access if you like. Each one is based on each different level of a salutation that you could use in your daily practice and to slowly build your own strength levels or just to work into different spaces in your body. So let's start level 3. We'll do it once on each side. We're going to start again from our child's pose. So let your shoulders melt away from the spine. Take a breath. Inhale, we come all the way up into our knee mountain. And then as we exhale, hands to low back, we fold forward. Inhale, we come into cow, so drop the core, lift the heart. Exhale, round into cat. Then we're going to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Here's dragon. You could tuck the toe under and lengthen the leg into runner's lunge. Let's just take a breath or two here, and you can spend as much or as little time as you like here. We drop the knee, the foot comes back. We shift forward into our plank. Knee plank, or you can tuck the toes under and find full plank. Take a breath. You might lower down from here or drop the knees down again and come all the way to the floor. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders back. Find your cobra. Exhale, come to the mat. We're going to press the floor away, round the spine, hips back to child's pose. Inhale, we sweep up. Exhale, hinge and fold. We come to all fours, so drop the core, lift the heart. Exhale, round the spine, head and neck dangle. Left foot steps forward, find that dragon option for your runner's lunge. The knee comes back. We find our way to our plank option to lengthen the knees. You can lower all the way to the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades back, find your cobra. Exhale, come down. Press the floor away, come through tabletop. You can come to child's pose, or maybe you tuck the toes under and find your way into a downward facing dog. Take a breath. If you found a down dog, your knees come down again before you start your next round of salutation. So 3 levels, all different versions and combinations that you can create your own practice for exactly what you need in your body to serve you when you're building strength, when you're tired, when you're unwell, when you're recovering from injury. I hope this is helpful for you as you start to move through your day. Take good care. Namaste.